Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. All right, welcome to Mornings with Lone Star. I told you guys we're going to have Bonner Rhea in the studio, and she is in the studio with us. She's going to be featuring at the Table at Madeley, I believe, this Saturday, happening with the Conroe Cross Roads Festival. We're going to put all the information on Bonner and also where to get tickets and the time she's going to be played at the table. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we have Bonner in the studio. What's going on?
Woohoo! Hi.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
And we've been playing your music right before you came on, so if people want to hear your music, there's a Spotify link and all that kind of stuff, because you put a bunch of singles. You have an album coming out
April 21st.
So that's after your performance at the table.
Yes.
Okay.
Coming up quick.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
You excited about that?
I'm thrilled. It has been a little over a year in the making of actually working on it. Obviously, even longer, writing the songs and getting all of that together. And I am so ready.
Is this your first album?
Yes. It
yeah.
is.
Like, when I was looking you up, I was like, oh, because the music world's changed so drastically in the last 20 years. It's like, no, we don't release albums anymore. We just do singles.
I know, and I don't love that. I mean, I get it. I get I get why people are doing it, the logistical value of it, but I love a whole thing of a piece of work, that's all together. And
no, I mean, I enjoy that more too.
Yeah, I painstakingly ordered my songs, put them in the order I wanted them in and everything, and I like that whole bit of it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, especially with the freedom of the internet, it's like people can kind of market themselves any way they want.
Yeah, the internet is a blessing and a curse, man. The social media stuff and everything, I totally get the need for it at this point, but I low-key kind of hate doing it.
Well, it's also one of those things is you don't really know what's successful, but people tell you have to post something every day, and no one can do that every day. There's just no way. And it's like, if you're really smart about it, what I would suggest, especially for musical artists, is like, hey, take a whole month and just schedule a videographer and a photographer and just sit there and do photos and then throughout the whole year, you're like, this one looks good. This one probably has nothing to do with your schedule or where you are. It's like, at least you're just posting and it looks good. That's all that matters.
You'd be surprised the ways you can take old content and kind of twist it and make it fit with something that's going on currently. But yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good relationship with it, though. I don't make it my life, but I try to be consistent about it. And
because it's terrible here with me, because we do a lot of the station stuff. Yeah, and it's like we already kind of posed, hey, listen, what else do we need to do? Do I have to take a selfie? Yeah, with Bonner? Do I really take?
Ew.
Do I have to take another selfie? How many selfies? How many selfies do I have to take every day? I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Well,
but at least you play music, and so people will take pictures of you and then do your social media for you.
Yeah,
almost.
That's the goal. Although it doesn't happen quite as often. People will forget to tag you or something.
Yeah, you gotta make it. Oh, your name is unique, so it's not hard for people to.
I know. I spell my name at my shows 10 times. I just started shamelessly spelling my last name because RHAE Ray. That's not how you would spell it. No one thinks to spell it that way.
Well, I know Ray's one of those words to me, especially if it's a name, it does have that chance of having the RH.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I knew it was Ray. And I'm like, I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah.
So it's not like my last name, which is Schisler. And people are like, wait a second, what is that?
SCHISSLER.
Yeah, you spelled it correctly. Look at that.
But
yeah, so people who are watching right now or listening, Bonner's going to be playing at Table At Madeley at 7:30. And if you don't know what the Conroe Cross Roads Festival is, it's a 4-day festival. I believe there's 40-something shows, 11 venues, and it's all in Conroe. It's kind of like a new thing they're trying. I think this is the second year, and it's all types of music too, which I'm kind of excited for. Because I'm not going to lie, I enjoy country music. I enjoy Texas country music. I especially enjoy singer-songwriter music. It's just like your music. But after managing the radio, all the live acts. It's all the same thing. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to see some like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this country band. I can go over here and listen to this jazz band.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Oh,
and,
I think that's just part of the beauty of music, too.
Yeah.
It's just celebrating all kinds of different genres and different ways of doing things. I don't know. I love the music industry and just how there's kind of a place for everybody.
Yeah, it's also the creative freedom, and Spotify and places like that make it so easy for you to be like, here's my single, you can listen to it today.
Yeah.
Without paying any money.
Yeah.
Which is nuts to me.
Yeah.
And I bet, at the end of the month, you're like, I wish I got a paycheck for that, but it is what it is.
I broke a pair of sunglasses the other day. Granted, they were like $15 sunglasses, and I was like, please stream my music. Maybe if y'all stream it like a bunch of times, I can afford a new pair of sunglasses in the next 10 years.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing to me is how the industry, the music industry, shifted so fast, but still hasn't caught up.
Yeah.
Because it really is like the musicians do not get paid anything for their streamed music, and it doesn't. And it's another thing about like YouTube. I always wonder about YouTubers, and YouTubers were like, "Oh, I have 100,000 views. I'm making so much money." And I'm like, "How? What is the ratio for view? Like, what is the monetary system where they do get paid? I don't really understand it.
I don't really either. But YouTube's a different story too, because then you can like run like paid advertising on your video. Like other people can pay to run advertising. Basically.
Like us, we have sponsors.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with YouTube. That has to do with us.
Yeah, but YouTube kind of has a way that works.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it.
Maybe I need to get on YouTube.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. And especially like with Spotify, you see some of these people. Like the other day, I was laughing because I was listening to Reba McEntire, and they have her entire catalog. And I was like, I totally forgot she produced albums in like the late 70s.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I haven't listened to these in a long time.
Yeah.
And you see it has like not even 1 million views or listens.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what Reba gets from Spotify, because some of them are crazy. But then like some of those, she only has like 11,000 listens. I'm like,
yeah.
Did you get paid for 11,000? Or do you
made a few cents?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because every
you get like a percentage of a penny for each stream.
See, yeah, cause, well, as long as they tell you what it is, that way you can actually do the bookkeeping yourself. Because you can go on Spotify and be like, oh, I have 1 million views or whatever.
But there's only there's only bookkeeping, quote unquote, is only worth it at a certain point. Like,
well, I meant more of you understand you're getting this much money because you see the view numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a math problem you can figure out real quick.
Yeah, basically.
Because when people talk about YouTube,
but some people I think get paid a higher percentage on Spotify than
I don't doubt it.
See, I don't make any money off of my streams.
Oh yeah,
now.
no. Well,
I mean,
why don't we just tell people to start listening?
Yes,
there you go.
Start listening, guys. Maybe I'll make more than $12 this year.
Yeah, well, that's what. Because that's people don't remember. That's how artists really made their money was album sales. And then now it's touring.
Yeah, and merch sales, which I have a merch store on my website.
I'll link it. Don't worry.
Yes, buy my merch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that music is so accessible now with like Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah.
I love that, because used to be it was like, unless your parents would let you buy whatever album, then like you might not really get to hear it, and that was always a bummer. So. And if you, had a mom like my mom, if there's, bad words on that album, then you weren't allowed to have the album. So,
Well, I mean, I don't know if you remember, you go to a store and you can sample CDs.
Yes, like at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, that was a thing. You could sample CDs. That's how you heard like a single.
Yeah.
And then very rarely did people buy singles.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I think only certain bands like did it as a promotion. It's but... Yeah, you had to buy the whole CD to... Yeah.
So I love that it's accessible now, but it is a little bit of a bummer because, then artists don't really make the same kind of money. But, I don't know. It's like, yes, for me at least, it's like, yes, I need to make money to live in life, but I also do love that, like, it's accessible for people to hear. Like, I wrote it because I want people to hear it. Like, I wrote it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's a blessing, but then it's like at one point you're like, hey, I think also it forced artists to become almost like publicists.
Yeah.
Because now they need to do their tour and they need to be involved with that money-making process. Because in the past, it's like, oh, we'll do 12 shows and then we're done for the year. We'll work on an album.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But now it's like, oh, we'll just tour 24/7.
Oh, and you get caught doing like everything all at once. You know, like I'm playing shows right now, but then like I also need to go to Nashville and write for my next album. Like
Why did you go to Nashville?
Well, so my management's out of Nashville.
Okay.
And
they don't think you're real until you show up?
No.
You can't work from home? Everyone's working from home.
I mean, you can, but I like to I could do Zoom writes and stuff, but I don't want to do a Zoom write. So I go to Nashville probably like once a month. Probably it's just good. It's a good. I mean, it's.
I'm just curious because
obviously
people always say Nashville is like, is there some magical spring there that you have to drink from to become talented?
No, but it's so fun going there because you're just surrounded by music industry. Like you're surrounded by other songwriters. You're surrounded.
It's like LA. Are you an actor? Yeah, I'm an actor.
Yeah, but it's so fun and it's inspiring to me to be there because you're just. And you meet new people all the time. I have a friend named Bonner Rhea, who she's also a songwriter. And I mean, neither one of us has ever known another Bonner. So, and we just met through like Nashville scene and like kind of social media stuff. But like now we play little shows together and stuff in Nashville. And I and I never.
Well, I'm not dogging it. I always wondered when people were like, I have to go back to the retreat. I have to go back to Nashville. I'm like,
to the promised
is there some boyfriend there that you like? I don't get it.
Music is the boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why do you have to go back?
Yeah.
But I get it. No, I dig it.
It's good. I mean, and networking wise and stuff like that, it's just a good place to get out to as much as you can if you're really pursuing. You never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to make connections with and
who you're going to write your next song about.
Yeah. Right?
It's always on the mind.
Yeah, you constantly got to be looking for some drama.
Yeah. Well, I think, okay, let me ask you this, because you're a lady. Being a woman artist, do you feel that you get pigeonholed into that kind of expectation? Where it's like, you got to write a boyfriend breakup song?
No, but I feel like...
If that makes sense.
Yes. No, I totally see where... like that question. I don't feel like I get pigeonholed into it, but it is, like I'll listen to, because actually on my next album as well, I'm not going to write the whole thing because it's also important to me to just, there's so many other great songwriters out there and like so many other works will never see the light of day and they're incredible. And like, I want to support that. Like as a songwriter, like I want to support other songwriters. So that being said, like, I'll hear lots of songs that'll be like options for my next album and a lot of them I'll just be like, that feels like it's like too much of a song a guy would sing. Like, I don't know. So I almost pigeonhole myself into it, I think.
Well, it's just funny because
enemy vibes.
Well, like you think of guys, especially in country music, it's like today's joke is it has to have, red dirt beer and, partying. And then you look at the girls and like you look at their music, it's always like my breakup or this dreamboat guy. And then it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
They don't get red dirt. They don't get the beer drinking.
I know. Like there was like a song that got sent to me the other day that's a wonderful song and it was like about like being hungover was kind of I think it was called Hungover maybe.
Yeah.
And like it was great, but I was like, I just don't know if I'm feeling like
well, you're probably
I can connect with this or like really do like it just feels like maybe a guy should sing it or
did you tell him like, oh, I'm sober, I do not drink.
I'm not sober, but also I don't really drink that much. And so I was like, I'm really not feeling
I don't feel like your crowd is, party, shots. Let's do shots because I'm listening to Bonner Rhea.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, let's, I do have a song about drinking. I actually wrote it with Kyle Hutton, who we were kind of chatting about earlier, but, and Jamie Lynn Wilson. But it's called Whiskey Wishing. It's going to be on my upcoming album.
Okay.
So it's like it's a drinking and missing someone song. So
well, that's what I'm saying, but it's nothing bad about that music.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong because there's like I dig a good breakup song or missing song or whatever, but then it becomes this joke that when people try to convince people to listen to country music.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't want to listen. It's all either sad about their mama or
I haven't written a song about my mom.
Yeah, that's what people expect.
And I wrote one about my dad.
But I always wondered that especially with ladies because the guys I get because they have fun. Like there's this band.
Yeah, you kind of have a little bit more of a I don't know. And maybe, again, I feel like I just kind of pigeonhole myself. Like, unless, like, I connect with it personally, then I just don't really feel like I can sing it.
Yeah.
And I don't connect personally to, like, a song about just, like, having fun in a bar or something. Like, I have fun in bars, but, like...
Well, you went to the Naked Turtle. You got to have fun there.
I know. I did have fun at the Naked Turtle. I did. It was great. But, I don't know. It's weird. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I like today, especially...
we write what we know, and if guys would stop breaking our hearts, then maybe
true.
we'd stop writing the songs.
That's true. But it's also, it's like, well, because in my mind, I'm thinking there's a formula somewhere. And, when ladies and men, like, do their own thing, it's like there's a certain success depending on what their overall presentation is.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like...
I also think about, like if you think about, like, Maren Morris, if you've ever listened to her stuff, like, she has lots of songs that aren't about, like, heartbreak or, like, love really at all. Like, she has songs that are just about, like she has one called Good Friend.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, about, because we're good friends, and, like, it's just about, like, a good, solid friendship with someone, and, yeah.
So there you go. Friendship songs.
Yeah, friendship songs. I think, like, the girls just get into their feelings, which...
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's just...
Maybe I'm just a novice at this, and I'm like, why do I always feel like girls always write about breakup songs? Maybe that's because I just pigeonhole women into making breakup songs.
Again...
But, it's weird, is female artists are my favorite artists.
I don't feel pigeonholed by, like, society or the music industry into doing that by any stretch of the imagination. It's more just, like... For me, I, like, write what I know, and, like, I, in, like, more recent years was not in, like, a great relationship space, and so, I was writing songs about a hurting heart.
What's nothing wrong with that?
And so, yeah, but, now I'm, in my era. I don't know what era.
What does that even mean?
I'm in an era.
Well, your music's really good, and I put a link, and your singles are on there. And I encourage people to check out Bonner Rhea, and because there's one. Well, let me look at the song I found that I liked of you. Let me just give me a second. I found it.
Yeah.
It was too close to the ground. No, feet too close.
My feet don't touch the ground.
My feet don't touch the ground.
I could just tell you this name of my own song instead of you looking it up.
I was trying to think. I was trying to think of it. I had it up, but then I changed it because I wanted.
My feet don't touch the ground. That was actually written by Brandon Jenkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not you. You ruined it.
It's not. I didn't write it, but I'm not going to take credit for
a
song. But I sang it, and I did it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Dang good job at it.
And so actually, let me ask you this: when you're on stage, what kind of show do you put on? Is it more of a singer-songwriter show where you talk about music, talk about you, and then you go like slowly into a song, or it's like, hey, I got the set list, I got it right here at my feet. Let's get this done.
I like to work off a set list, but I'll break it.
Yeah.
I'll kind of feel the vibe, where people are at, and kind of move with that some as well. But I mean, for the most part, I've been playing just kind of straight through my album for a lot of my stuff. So I'll play, and I might work in like a couple.
Because it's fair to say you're fairly new.
Yes. Yeah.
Fairly new.
I'm pretty new. I've been playing for like pursuing it professionally and like playing shows for a few years, but yeah,
What's your first album coming out on April 23rd?
Yeah, the first album's coming out. Like I'm just now kind of starting to really gain like a following of people that
Well, that's the big step right there.
T-shirt with my face on it and whatever. So
yeah, I mean, because to me the first album's like kind of like your declaration.
Exactly. Yeah, it's my introduction into really the music scene. So that's what I'm working with a PR firm, and she's always like, "This is your introduction." This is just your introduction. Like, we're going to move.
Like, no, I want to play NRG.
I know.
Come on, I want to open at the rodeo.
On the rodeo.
Yeah.
I know. It's so easy to, like, always wish for more. And I constantly have to kind of remind myself of, like, no, like, I'm progressing wonderfully.
What I've noticed the success, though, especially in today's world, is that as long as you put on a good show, like, consistently, wherever you're going, people will all of a sudden go like, "Oh, Bonner's coming into town. Let's go see her. That last show was good."
I like to interact. So you're asking like what kind of show? I mean, like I'll kind of maybe tell a little story about the song, or like I got jokes. She's got jokes, so sprinkle some jokes around in there.
Well, there's entertainment offered at the.
Yeah, I mean, I get up on stage. Something just like comes over me when you get me on stage, and I become this like alternate version of myself. I don't know. Like I feel like my soul leaves my body, and I just like.
So you need a stage name. That's what it sounds like, because you have a whole nother personality that comes out
on stage. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just call her Bonnie or something.
I mean, Bonner Rhea is your real name.
Yes.
So people are like, that's a stage name.
I know people, because it literally sounds like it would be a stage name, but no, sorry, real name.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, I love like an interactive crowd. I love when I can joke around with people and like when people want to talk back to me and stuff. So, which that happens a lot, because I'll play a lot of like listening room kind of atmospheres and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like for people to interact.
You don't like the places that have like chicken wire between you and the people? You don't like those kind of places?
I don't think those places would like me.
Oh, true. Like, I don't think I fit your place.
You like, get this off. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely played some like, I've had some friends ask me to open for them different places that were very like honky tonk.
Yeah.
And like they want to get out there and two-step, and like I just wasn't their vibe, man.
Well, that's what again, it's about the show, because I've seen artists adapt to the place.
Yeah.
But not vice versa. So it's like
I'm myself.
Well, because like I remember talking to a guy, it was Jake Ward from Corpus Christi, and his acoustic show is totally different from his band show.
Okay.
And he was talking like, if the venue wants a 5-piece band, he knows it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
So it's like we're going loud, we're going like we're doing it. But if it's him and the violinist or the fiddler, or whatever you want to call him, it's a total different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what happens if you go to a place and then as the violin, like the duo, and then you go back? It's like people expect you to be quiet.
I don't think so, because it's just different. Yeah, like I haven't played with a full band yet for a show, and if I did, it would be a lot more like things just sound more.
Yeah, it's rock and roll.
Yeah, uppity.
I like it.
If you have the full band going. I mean, if you play anything acoustic, you can make anything sound sweet and slow.
Yeah, the table where you're playing, it's gonna be nice. That's a nice stage.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not a rock and roll stage.
Yeah.
Because you're so close to people. I don't know if you've ever been to the Red Brick Tavern over here. What I love is every time we go there and there's a 3-piece band, I'm like, man, this is a rock and roll, because you're so close.
Oh my gosh.
And if they have a drummer,
like,
it's game over.
A 3-piece band on that stage.
Yeah.
Oof.
But they do it.
Man, I've played there as a duo. But yeah, no, literally like
it's just
my mic stand, and then somebody's just like literally sitting right in front
of
the bottom of my mics. I could kick them in the face.
Just move your feet and be like, hey, buddy, you can tip?
Yeah.
Give me a little tip?
Yeah. Could nudge them with my toe.
That's what I'm saying. I love it. But the table is going to be a good one. So you're going to be there, I believe it's on Saturday. I'm checking real quick. It's Saturday the 15th.
Yes.
And you're going to be at 7:30. And if people don't know about what the Conroe Cross Roads Festival is, it's just like a huge festival. One ticket gets you pretty much into all these cool venues. I think it's like Red Brick Tavern, Corner Pub, Table at Madeley. But like the Owen Theater even has, like the theater actually has some acts.
It's like Pacific
Yard House, 202 Main.
Yeah.
And and there's a couple free shows, which is different, where it's like at the 219 Social House, at the Firm. But it has nothing to do with the festival, but you don't have to have a ticket to get in.
But there's so many good people on the lineup.
Oh yeah,
like I'm so excited. Like Drew Kennedy's coming, and like Dirty River Boys, and
it's one of those festivals that I appreciate, because they space it out so well. Yeah, and you're just kind of walking around checking it all out.
Yeah,
and you really you have to come to listen to music.
Yeah,
this isn't like, oh, we're gonna go have popcorn and funnel cakes and bring the kids. Like, no, you're coming to listen to music.
Yeah, which some kids like the music too.
Some kids, yeah.
I always get some little like mini fans. I actually made some kids shirts too, because
see, that's your audience. Is you need to write songs about balloons and stuffed animals.
Yeah, maybe so. I've like signed a kid's Christmas ornament for them after a show before. So cute.
But so outside of this festival, we got your album coming out. I want to say, what was it, 24th or it's
21st,
like the 21st.
April 21st.
And then you can purchase it on all the cool stuff.
Yeah, it'll be out everywhere. We actually have some vinyl coming in.
See, there you go. That's
exactly
tight.
When the date it'll be in, but if people go to my website, you can sign up for my email list.
Yeah, I'll put that
in
the description too
of my website, and that's a great way. I always announce like big stuff, new merch, big shows coming up.
Cause you're right now in Texas.
Yes.
Like I would say.
Yeah.
Like not Nashville.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I live in Texas.
So you go to Nashville to take the power of Nashville, but then you come back home to Texas.
Yes. I'm a Texas girl.
Okay.
She's a Texas girl.
Fair enough.
She's like Texas.
So
she likes me.
And you're probably wondering why she's not playing music right now, because we're playing music outside this interview. So speaking of which, we're going to put one of your tracks on. I don't know which one I wanted to do, but I'm going to put it on right now. So guys, thank you so much for listening to Morning's Lone Star. Bonner, thank you so much for coming in and taking the time. And I look forward to your performance on Saturday at, I believe it's 7:30 at the Table at Madeley for the that's the 15th. Get your tickets online at ConroeCrossroads.com. And guys, we'll be back. We got more interviews coming your way about this Conroe Cross Roads and more music from featuring artists from the Conroe Cross Roads. We'll see you later.